Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right. Wake up, it's time to pray, y'all. Appreciate everybody being here. I got an hour and 11 minutes of battery remaining, but probably less than that. This is another stream patch, strange drift, but I got the reverb cranked from the last time, so it's a smooth ride. Slow ride. Take it easy. I came without much of a plan again today, but let's dive in and let's get new. I'll cheat and I'll refresh my memory. So last time on Moo Radio, I had a little patch. Where did I put that patch? Is it in here? Yeah. This is the patch that impressed me. This is City Atmosphere, which, as I said at the time, sort of gives you like the paranoia of being in a city, even though I don't actually hear the sounds of a city. Like, I don't hear an ambulance or people walking on the street or stuff like that. But I do get why he named it City Atmosphere, because cities can be oppressively intimidating in the way that this patch is trying to express. So yeah. So all I have for this one today in my mind is a name or a concept. I'm going to call it Factory Atmosphere. I don't know if you know this, but I work for a company that has a factory. We make things. And, I mean, I haven't always worked for factories or companies that make tangible things, but we do, and we make them, and we ship them, and people use them, and I find that quite fulfilling in its own way. And I talked to a buddy of mine who had also worked when he was like in high school and afterwards for a company that made things, but he wasn't really as much of a fan. He didn't really he wasn't that impressed with their final outputs, I guess. So he kind of didn't get it. I guess I was seeing the romance of the warehouse, and he was like, "There's no romance there," but I kept seeing it. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna get there, but somehow we're going to make a patch which is going to be Factory Atmosphere today. The atmosphere of a factory, even if we don't represent the literal sound of a factory. Like with the last one, we're going to need some slow clocking action. I was already building the patch here. I got an oscillator I think will be useful. I'm going to use a bandpass filter. And I chose a more complex envelope to get a slower attack type sound. What are some weirdos I could use here? I just don't want to use the standard sequencer. Let's take this way on down. 44 seems right. So this is now triggering my envelope. I guess I have to patch these up if I want to hear anything, which I admit that I do. Just trusting my ears here and trying to dial in something that gets me where I'm trying to go. I think I want this. Yeah. There we go. It's a bit on the quiet side, but we'll get there. Next I'm going for some noise. I think I want to use a standard filter. I think band reject would be too minimal of an effect, so I'm going to go for high pass filtering on this one. Not sure which of these I should go for. One to another. One of these. There's no way that a 3-input mixer is going to be enough. You're going to have an 8-input mixer. I'm going to make more voices this time. I'm going to make so many voices. It's going to be crazy. Come on. It's always got 2 modules selected, but I only want 1 selected, but I guess it's not really the system's fault. Okay, that's the noise. I like these really low sustain levels because we still have a note there, but not so much of a note. It's an interesting sound. When I say trust my ears, I mean twisting knobs basically until it sounds good. Maybe that's an obvious statement, but I'm not so sure that it is. There's the approaching synth programming from a logic point of view, and then there's the approaching synth programming from a what sounds good point of view. And generally speaking, I would say what sounds good should be the deal breaker. I'm going to make another noise generator just because I can. I'm going to do something different again. This time I'm going to digitize the hell out of it first. Then I'm going to filter it. So I'm trying to make some like crunchy digital dust. So I start with noise, which will probably be more on the white side. No letters, please. Crunch the heck out of it. And then filter it again so that we don't have too overwhelming of a sound profile. Let's try bandpass this time. 12 seems too wide. Let's stick with 24. And he's going to need another envelope. Let's try something different. Just to be different. Let's try this bad boy. And I'm kind of getting lazy in the pattern generation side of things. But if it's working for me, I kind of think if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. I heard that. I heard that sound. It's very quiet, but it's there. It's probably because it's been so destroyed by the digitizer. Sounds like a lighter starting off or something. Yep. If you watch this light here, you can hear and see the light flash at the same time, so you know it's actually doing something. I wonder, I have no idea what this is going to do, really. The settings are what they are, but if you send them more randomness, they're going to be all over the place. Wait, that's not the one I want. Random step generator. And I also want to make at least one control mixer. Yeah, here we go. Let's make 2 of them. Feed these. This one can invert. Let's see what that does to this envelope. Probably something messed up. I'm just gonna mute. Can I even mute this voice? I'm gonna turn off voices 1 and 2. See, adding modulation to the attack stage can really rob the voice out of it because, as I said in a previous stream, your ear hears a lot of the beginning of the transient, uses that to identify what it's listening to. Kind of cool. I don't want it to be a smooth LFO here, talking about what we talked about in our deep dive. I want it to be stepped, and I want this tempo to be a lot less. Yeah, there we go. We should modulate that a bit. It looks like I've unexpectedly run out of time. I'm going to fade back in the other voices now. It's too bad because I liked where we were going there. What we came up with is a partially finished patch. Since this has never really come up before, I think I will save it for now and finish it off in a future stream. I can do that. Here's the archive. So this name is never gonna fit, but it's gonna be called Unfinished Atmosphere. Hey, we're gonna call it Unfinished Atmos, and we'll get the point. Save that in the synth. So not a complete success, but certainly something interesting, an interesting starting point. Maybe you can take the patch and finish it off. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in another stream. Peace.